This is Athena's burden. You're gonna have 3 dumbbells, one heavier than the other, and you have 1 minute to do 9 shoulder to overhead repetitions on both your right and left arms with the lightest dumbbell. Then you go to the medium size dumbbell to do 6 and 6, and then the heaviest dumbbell to do 3 and 3. So you have to do all those reps in a minute. Your score is going to be how fast you can do it. The standards are how you get the dumbbell to your shoulder doesn't really matter. You can use 2 hands to do it. But whenever you're ready to start, you can only have 1 hand on the dumbbell, and the dumbbell has to be touching your shoulder. How you get the dumbbell to overhead doesn't really matter. It can be a strict press, a push press, or even something that we don't even know how to call it. That's fine. As long as you finish the rep upright, arm locked out next to your head. To get back, the rep ends here. If you want to bring your other hand to help you, that's fine. But if you want to start a rep again, 1 hand only on the dumbbell. So you're going to do your 9 with this one, with the lightest one. You're going to switch. You're going to do 9. Then you're going to move on to the heavier, or to the middle one. You're going to do 6 and 6. And then move on to the heaviest to do 3 and 3. This is the Escape from Hades. You have 1 minute to do the heaviest Turkish get-up on both your right and left arms. So it has to be the same weight for both right and left, and you have to complete a repetition on your right and a repetition on your left for it to count. You must be back down on the ground by the time the 1 minute hits for the repetition to count. The standards for the Turkish get-up is you have to have both your shoulders on the ground for the rep to begin and to finish. So you cannot start from this position. You have to start square from the ground. Another requirement is that this hand, the non-kettlebell holding hand, never touches your body. How you get up doesn't really matter. So you can do a pretty Turkish get-up like this. This is half of a rep, so make sure you go back down and square your shoulders back on the ground. For here, to here, for it to count. But
careful with the watch.
You don't have a requirement to do a Turkish get-up perfectly technique-wise. As long as your right hand doesn't touch the ground, you can get up however you want. Same thing, you can get back down however you want, as long as both your shoulders start and finish on the ground. This is the Artemis Hunt. You're going to have the trap bar set up much heavier than this, and you're going to do 1 shoulder run outside. So there's going to be a distance of about 50 meters, 50 to 100 meters. And you're going to take this trap bar to the other side, to the 50-meter mark, and then back. So simple deadlift, and then run, walk, however you want to do it. If you want to do the turnaround holding the bar, you can do the turnaround holding the bar. Or you can put the bar down, turn around, do deadlift, and make it back. Your score is going to be how fast you can do this down and back motion with the trap.
Yeah.
This is the server's chase. You're going to have the sled set up much heavier than this, and we're going to start at the 200-meter mark, kettlebell mark. And your goal is to see how far you can go in 15 seconds. So this is an all-out sprint. Hands have to be off the strap. You can have them on your side, you can have them out, you can run like Naruto. Doesn't matter. 15 seconds, how far you can go, sprint first. 1 try. This is the Dionysus celebration. You're going to have 3 attempts in a minute to make the farthest granny toss backwards with the kettlebell, with a light kettlebell. So 2 hands are going to go on the kettlebell. You can do as many little swings as you want. Keep in mind that you have 3 tries in 1 minute. But your goal, you're going to start outside on a marked line. And you're going to toss it back on the grass like this. Obviously, let go of the kettlebell. And 3 tries for your farthest toss. This is Poseidon's Fury. There's going to be 2 landmines set up against the wall. And your goal is to do as many deadlifts as possible in 1 minute. one hand per barbell. You're gonna hold below the plate, and it's just a standard deadlift. So you have to lift both ends until you have a knee and hip extension. From this point, you're gonna bring it down. And on your first 6 lifts, there's gonna be a weight increase. So you do one, plates will be added to your bars. Then you're gonna do your second, plates will be added up. If you make it to the 6th lift and you still have time, you will do the further lifts with that same weight at the end. And again, your goal is to do that. So this is the zoo squat. You're gonna have 1 minute to find the heaviest 3 reps that you can do of a Zercher squat. So bar is going to sit on the crook of the elbow. You can use knee sleeves if you want to help you with the pressure. But bar sits on the crook of the elbow. What you do with your hands doesn't matter. You can keep it here. You can hold hands with yourself, whatever. And the squat standard is the same as the squat we always do. As low as hips break parallel, and then you stand up. So your goal is in 1 minute, see what's the heaviest weight. You can do 3 of these in 1 set. So this is the Atlas toss. You're going to be on the GHD machine. So pretend I'm in a position to do a GHD sit-up. And I'm going to take this ball, touch the surface behind me, which is going to be on the GHD. It's going to be an elevated surface. And my goal is to try to, in one motion, toss the ball as far as I can. We're going to have 3 tries in a minute to get the ball as far as possible. So it's not where the ball lands, it's where the ball goes to. And it has to be one motion after touching. So you can take your time. If you want, even if you want to pause touching, that's fine. But as soon as the ball comes, your goal is to toss that as far as you can. 3 tries. This is the Pillars of Hercules. There's going to be 5 pillars. Here I have the girl's height. Sorry, that's what it was.
Okay.
The girl's height and the guy's height. And the sandbags for the objects that we're going to put on the pillars are going to go up in weight, starting with 60 to 75, then 2 different 100-pound equipment, and then finish it with a 150-pound sandbag. Same weights for guys and girls. And your goal is to put each of the increasingly heavier objects on the pillars in the fastest time. So if I were starting this way and going that way, I would grab this, put it up here, make sure that it stays up here, right? If it falls, then it's your job to come back and pick it up and put it back on here. Then I'll go to the heavier one and I'll do the same. It doesn't really matter how you get it up there. So even if you have to use the box to kind of help you push up, that's fine, as long as the sandbag stays there. And then, like I said, this is the climb of Prometheus. You're gonna have 3 kettlebells going up in weight, and you have to take these kettlebells to the other side of the climb. You can only take 1 kettlebell at a time. You have to have both hands on the kettlebell, and the kettlebell must touch each of the boxes that you step on. So the standard is going to look like this. You grab one, you come up, you touch this box, I stand on it, you touch this box, I stand on it, then I'll go under. You can take your hands off, that's fine. But to step down, you have to have your hands on the kettlebell. You bring it up to this box, you come down, and you're going to bring it behind the demarcated line. You're going to go over the boxes to the other side, and then you're going to grab the second kettlebell, take it over, come back, grab the third kettlebell, and the test ends when you get the 3 kettlebells on that side of the box.